mutanen Nigeria, ina yinin ku mutanen gidan Big Brother, and I'm here to talk about Adamawa State. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, how are you?
I'm here to talk about Lagos Island. Freedom Park was once a prison, hosted with some of our political activists.
Isabella and Sultana took us to the north, representing the good people of Adamawa State, which Sultana told us is located in the northeast Nigeria capital Yola, created in 1991 from the old Kongola states. That Adamawa was named after Madibo Adama, a 19th century Fulani scholar and warrior who led the Fulani Hijad in the region under the Sokoto Caliphate. While Adamawa experienced two seasons, the dry season and the rainy season, their rainy season actually starts as early as March and then peaks around August, September. Okay, while their dry season is usually November to February. For impact in Nigeria, so for tourist impact, let's start with tourism. Okay, a place called Soko Cultural Landscape in Madagali local government was made and recognized in 1999 as Nigeria's first UNESCO World Heritage Center. Mind you, today was my first time of hearing about this place. Please tell me if you've heard about this place before. I think there are things we are missing in our curriculum as a people. Because even in social study, I didn't get to read about this. I don't even know about this. You know that Sultana made mention of it, and then I had to start Googling to know, wow, when did this happen? When is this? When is that? Well, I actually love today's Weather Task presentation. I don't know about you. Adamawa also have more cultural tourist centers like the Mandara Mountain, Komwa Hills, Lamode, and Yola Old Town. Now let's go to their food. For their food, they have the Miyakoko. They have Tuwo Shinkafa. So Sultana even explained how this is made. That is made by you steam rice, okay? Did she say ferment? No, I didn't hear ferment. So you steam the rice and make it into boil form, and then you serve it with the Miyakoko. She also made mention of kilishi, suya, kosai. So she said kosai is like akara, okay? But I think she made mention of it being made with is it beans or rice? I can't remember again. Okay, it's with beans. Then the masa is made with fermented rice, and they serve it with yaji. For their native traditional drinks, he made mention of kunu made from millets, fura dinunu made from fresh milk from cows, and these drinks are medicinal. Sultana also mentioned that Adamawa has 21 local governments and that they share border with Cameroon. Now, I know you'll be hearing Sultana. Well, the presentation was Sultana and Isabella, but Isabella, theirs came in form of a drama. So Isabella acted like a child who came back from school, telling the guardian, oh, this is what I learned from school. And Sultana will ask, did they teach you about this? Okay. And then she will proceed to tell us about that particular topic she wants to make mention of. I actually enjoy this. And if there is any other thing I love about this year presentation is that most of them actually presented a state they are not from. While it has its disadvantage, I think because we all are learning is a great advantage. It's a disadvantage in the sense that, for instance, should I talk about who lies as an example, like Koyin and Dede's presentation? You could tell, but Dede did very well as well for someone who is not from there. And speaking of that, let's go to the last presentation, which is the Lagos Island, presented by Koyin and Dede. So I love Koyin's presentation. Koyin did justice to giving us a view of the history of Lagos Island, especially for those of us here in Lagos. So there was this movie I watched some time ago, and in that movie, the Eyo masquerade was displayed there, but it was used for another thing, which was like armed robbers, thugs, street urchins with these guys wear this masquerade and go and perpetuate evil. And listening to Koyin tonight, you just be like, the owner of that movie, like, what were they trying to do? Why display what people hold so sacred in such a manner? While we are all trying to do entertainment and all of that, I think there should be limits. And listening to Koyin talk about, anyway, let's go to Koyin's performance. I'm beginning to bore you guys with my own opinion. Let's go to Koyin's performance. So Koyin and Dede gave us the Lagos Island presentation. And according to Koyin, the Lagos Island is located in the Lagos, okay? He said that the earlier settlers in the Lagos Island were fishermen, known as the Awori subgroup. They were the first settlers before Lagos Island became a center for British trade. This happened which also played a role that led to slave trade and all of that happening there. Now, let me take you to the part that caught my attention. So, the Eyo Festival. According to Koyin said that this one holds like a spiritual and cultural relevance, in the sense that back then, when it all started, it's like a procession of a kind of a farewell procession of the spirit, because this masquerade back then only comes out when a king dies, okay? And this masquerade would be like they're escorting the spirits of the king back to the land of the dead, okay? Now, after which, it's a kind of upgraded to coming out when a king dies and when a coronation is happening. So do you see why this is like a spiritual something that you shouldn't even use in a movie to do any kind of thing, because you will trigger the people that it belongs to, okay? Now, he also said something that there are things that are prohibited when this masquerade is in view. You don't use your cameras. Okay, he didn't mention this on stage, but during preparation, he didn't make mention of it, that you do not capture, you do not video. You're not even allowed to wear slippers. Motorcycles are not allowed to pass by, because it's more like you're disturbing the spirits. He made mention of how the masquerade would process from Kata Bridge to Tinubu Square. Now, back to cultural tourist centers. He made mention of the Freedom Park, which formerly was like a colonial prison where activists, freedom fighters were being held hostage. But now it's now a leisure park, and memories were also kept in there. He also made mention of the Balogun and Idumota Market, which he said back then was also a tourist center, whereby you come in, you see the beautiful Yoruba fabrics being displayed, fruits, food, vegetable, things they are known for being in display, and how colorful and beautiful they usually appear. He also made mention of the Tafawa Balewa Square, which also holds a colonial era landmark. Koyin also made mention of a market that I don't even know, I've not heard about. He said it's the Sura Market, also located in the Lagos Island. Now, for food, he said due to the bustling life, the bustling life, they love street food. They love akara, beans and bread. They love bole. They love, how meats, like roasted meat, how street food now is. Everything street food, they enjoy it. Koyin, before doing his last performance, which was the masquerade display, gave a shout out and mentioned notable people from Lagos Island, from Ashake. We all know the musician Ashake, to Babajide Showole, the current governor of Lagos State, to King Wasiu. Okay. Well, this one was well educative, and the part I enjoyed the most is that's your masquerade, because anytime Lagos is being shown, you will see that masquerade icon or statue. Now I'm glad I now have an information, a knowledge about it, which I'll still go and read more. And I think this is the whole essence of today's Wager Task presentation. Shout out to Big Brother and the production team for always giving us something to learn about every Friday. Most times viewers don't even talk about all these things, the task. Do you all see how educative biggest tasks are? We always concentrate on the immoral part of it. This person killed, this person did that. But that's why anytime I'm explaining Wager Task, or sponsor task, I take time to explain the process because these things, they are actually good for us, but most times people only see the bad things about anything. Anyways, well done to the housemates, well done to all the pairs. And again to Faith. Faith was an excellent host. He did very beautiful. He performed well. Had it been I didn't even mention how he was doing it. Like when this region is done talking, he find a way to link the last thing they said to the next region, telling us how we are all interconnected and one, and why we should try to remain one. We shouldn't allow anything tribalism or anything separate Nigeria, that we are all one. Well, the housemates, after their performance, came on stage with Bright Morgan waving the Nigerian flag. They also had cardboard sheets which has write out on them like say no to tribalism, unity and peace, to a greater Nigeria, we are all one, together we can achieve more, words of encouragement to Nigerian and its citizens. I enjoyed today's task from beginning to end, from their fashion display to the dance to the chants to the knowledge impacted on the viewers. Please do well to tell me in the comment section your best presenters and your least impressed. the presenters that impressed you the least, and also tell me why. Okay, feel free to talk about their dressing and fashion as well. I would like to read your comments. If you have watched this very stage, thank you so much. I do appreciate. I will see you in my next video. Enjoy the rest of your evening and happy weekend. Bye.
Something today about Adamawa State. Oh, tell me what you learned. It was established in August 27, 1991. The Eyo Festival is a dance festival that.
Thank you very much. I have been your host, Faith.